for tuning in. If it's your first time here, please consider subscribing to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. You are the reason why I would always want to show up or come back. So in today's video, I want us to talk about some of the important questions that you need to ask when hiring a house help. I know that this topic is not something that most people would want to talk about or most people discuss openly. Maybe some way, somehow, some people think that it is wrong for them to get a house help, or people are going to see them as a lazy person, or you mentioned it, especially in the context of African homes, typical African homes. Someone thinks they need a house help and someone gives them that side eye, like, really? So some people may not be willing to even discuss issues like this with anybody. And even when they are getting a house help, it's as if they are hiding, or they don't want anybody to know that they've employed a house help, or they are considering employing one. Well, to the best of my knowledge, if you need help, please seek help. If you need help, go for help. If you can afford help, pay for help. Yes, because if you don't take care, you may burn out while trying to chase after your career, life goals, earning income, etc. So, well, let me not even bore you with a lot, but let's go straight into the video. Why does this discussion even matter, or why is it even important? As Christians, I'm a Christian, so I would always factor it in some way, somehow. Yes. So as Christians, our homes are sanctuaries, okay, where we raise families. So when you invite someone to work in your home, you are not just hiring help. You are also welcoming them into your sacred space. At the same time, you are creating relationship that honors their dignity and also supports your family needs. So it goes both ways. The person needs, let's say, the income or needs the job. You also need the support. But know that the space in which all of this will take place is your sacred space. So not just anybody at all can come to your space. Okay, and that's why this is even important. So now, let's look at the pre-interview preparation. Even before you maybe invite someone in, somebody who was recommended to you, whether you got a person from an agency or a close recommendation, etc., however you got your help, you need to ask yourself, what specific help do I need? What are my non-negotiables? What are the things I'm not willing to compromise? You need to ask yourself, what's my budget? Okay, you should ask yourself, how much are you willing to spend on a help? Then, how will this particular person fit into my family dynamics? Even before you begin to ask relevant questions, when you get your potential help or your house help, you should pray about it. That's very important. You can't compromise this one. Pray about it, okay? And ask God to grant you the wisdom to get the right person, or ask God to give you the right person. Yes, because you don't want to make a mistake, because this person has access to your food, has access to your space, has access to certain things that really matter to your life and can even cost you your life. So you don't want to just get up and do anything in the name of you are in desperate need of help. You want to be sure that this is somebody that is God sent to you, that fits perfectly into your need and would be a blessing to you, and you would also be a blessing to them. Okay, so let's look at some of the background and experience questions you need to ask. Find out their previous work experience and maybe the households they lived in. You want to know where they stayed previously. If this is somebody who is doing this as a job, it means they may have been coming from somewhere to your household or to search for a job at your end. You want to find out their relationship with children, their experience with children, and even the elderly, depending on the main reason why you are getting the help. Maybe you are getting the help to take care of your elderly parents or something. If it's for your kids, you have to find out and get the right questions that would bring out their past experiences, and you know how they also fit into your needs. Then you want to also you want to find out if they are comfortable in a Christian household, especially if you're a Christian and you hold Christian values in high esteem. You don't want to bring somebody whose belief system or somebody who is far apart from what you believe in or you hold on dearly to. You don't want to make a mistake on that. Then let's look at some of the practical questions. You want to find out their available days and hours they are willing to work. That is, if they are a live-out house help. But if you are going for a living house help too, then that's fine. But if they are a live-out house help, you want to find out their mode of transportation to your end. Who is catering for that transportation? Is it you? Is it them? Would you agree and come to a consensus and all that? Then you would also want to find out if they are comfortable with pets. That's if you are a pet lover, because if you are a pet lover and you get a house help who is not a pet lover, they may end up killing your pets. Trust me, because I've seen people who have abused pets badly. At the least thing, they hit the pet with something. Maybe you love your dog so much, but this person doesn't love dogs. You love your cat. For instance, in my mom's household, we have someone who she dislikes cats, but my mom loves cats. Sometimes if you see how she treats my mom's cats, it doesn't go so well. So you don't say, oh, this is nothing. Please find out, especially if you hold especially if your pets are so dear to you. Yeah, you want to find out if they are pet lovers and be sure that they are willing to take care of these pets in your absence. Imagine you are traveling for 1 week and you come back for 1 week and your cat has not eaten or your dog has not eaten. I don't think you would love that. Okay, then let's look at some of the character and the values you want to see in the person. So ask questions that handle situation you are unsure about. Okay, you can ask certain practical questions that can bring out their maturity, their communication skills, etc. Okay, then you would also want to assess their honesty, their accountability, and all that. And that's why I said it's important for you to pray, because if you pray about these things, I'm sure that the Holy Spirit is going to inspire you as to the right questions you need to ask this potential house help of yours or this incoming house help of yours. And based on some of their answers or their submissions, you realize that no, this is a no for you. Based on some of their answers or their submissions too, you may say that no, this person is like, you say that yes, this is somebody I want to live with or I would want to work for me. You also want to find out their long-term goals. Okay, you don't just think about your own well-being without thinking about this. You want to ensure that as they are coming, are they coming to stay for maybe 2 years, for 3 years, for 5 years? Imagine someone has finished senior high school and maybe they are looking for this job to work for a year or two to further their education. You should be in the know so that at least you know when their time is catching up, and even if there is any assistance you would want to provide, not just financially, but any support that you think would help them to achieve their own long-term goals. So that wouldn't be like it's all about you. Okay, it's also about them. Yeah, and it's very important. When your potential house help or your house help sees that you are showing interest in them as well, I believe that their hearts will also yearn towards you, because, or their hearts will lean towards you, because they know that no, this madam of mine is not just about exploiting me. This person also thinks about me. Yeah. Also, you can ask scenario-based questions. For instance, you can give them a scenario and see the answer they give you. Maybe if you noticed something concerning our child or our children's behavior, how would you handle it? You know, specific questions which align with what you believe in, how you expect your children to be brought up. Mind you, I'm not saying you are hiring somebody to come and bring up your children for you, but they are also assisting in this process. So you don't want them deviating from your main goals towards your main goals of child upbringing. Okay, yeah. Then you would also want to know how they would act maybe during emergency. You want to find out all these things. Then you also want to know how they maybe handle conflicts or misunderstanding. This misunderstanding can be between your kids and them, or even yourself and them. So you want to see, yeah, some of these things. Sometimes some of the answers that these people give you can be things that you can hold them accountable for in case they are going wayward or they are not living up to expectation in the future. Then you want to find out the referees they have. So for instance, who do we call in case of an emergency? Who are your parents? You know, you want to find out, you want to know, so that you may also want to even find out about their previous employers if you are getting them from an agency. If it's some recommendation, then you want to know those who are referring them to you, and you want to know maybe their guidance guardians. You want to know their guardians. Okay, yeah. You can also find out their salary expectations, okay, so that it wouldn't be like they feel underpaid, or it wouldn't be like you're underpaying them, but because they don't have a choice, that's how come they are doing the job. In that case, they wouldn't do it wholeheartedly. They may not do it wholeheartedly because this is not what they're expecting. So you may want to find out their salary expectations and see if it aligns with your own budget, and where both of you can come to an agreement so that everybody will be happy. If you are paying her what she expects or what you both agreed on, I think all other things be equal, he or she may be willing to offer their best, very best, because they don't feel cheated. But when they feel cheated, some people, when they feel cheated, that's when they want to steal, they want to do other things to make sure that they are using that aspect to pay themselves indirectly in addition to what you pay them. Okay, so you want to take note of that. Then in countries where legal and safety measures are being put in place, you want to find out if they have proper work authorization. You know, there are some countries, and also are they willing to undergo a background check. You know, some countries, for example, in Ireland, before you even hire a nanny or something, that person should be willing to go through what they call gather vetting, if I got the term right, where the police would have to investigate the person to be sure that they are fit for the work, their background and everything is cool, it's legal, and you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you can find out if they are willing to undergo background checks. Yeah, if they start saying no to that, it may be a red flag. Then you want to find out if they have some allergies or dietary restrictions. Are they allergic to some foods or something? Yeah, you want to find out. Do they have any medical condition? You would want to know. Imagine that you employ somebody who is What example can I give? Maybe asthmatic or has some condition that you are not aware of. If the person should get an attack, you may not know what help you can even offer in that emergency situation. But if you know that, oh, they have this underlying condition, at that point you realize that because since you have an idea, you can give them the right or proper emergency care to avoid further problems. Then again, you would also want to clarify certain expectations. Maybe you want to find out if they are comfortable with your rules. Maybe you have some rules with regards to usage of phones during working hours, especially if the person is, let's say, a leave out nanny and they come for some particular hours in the week or some particular days. Maybe you may expect that whilst they are at work, they should focus, no use of phones or whatever. They should focus on their work and go. That depends on you. Even if they are live-in house helps, you may still have rules. Maybe having visitors, use of certain household items, and the like privacy boundaries. Maybe you can't enter my bedroom, all that. Let them know if they are comfortable with your rules. If they are not comfortable, you may also not be comfortable. So find out from the beginning, so that it wouldn't be like, well, you didn't tell me this and now you are saying it's a problem to you, which may cause conflicts or misunderstandings between both parties. Then, since you are a Christian, you may find out, well, maybe our family has a routine prayer meeting or devotion time or all that. Are you comfortable with it? You want to find out. Okay, you want to find out if they are okay with all of that. Then don't forget to also ask them if they have some questions for you. You can't be the one asking all the questions. That would be quite unfair. So find out if they have some questions for you. And if they have some questions for you, I think it would be appropriate for you to also give them the answers they need, just so that both parties will be on the same page. Then I think it is also necessary for me to tell you some of the red flags to watch out for. And these are some warning signs you should watch out for during interview with your house help or your house help to be. One is the reluctance to provide references. Okay, maybe they're not willing to tell you about their previous employer, or they're not willing to tell you where they previously stayed and who they lived with. Sometimes I'm not asking about private issues, but there's some things that are important that you need to know, and they're not willing to open up. I don't think it's that would be a red flag for you. Then maybe some vague answers. Okay, from some vague answers, I think you should be looking at that. You expecting, maybe based on the question you asked, it demands a detailed answer, but they just want to brush it aside in a way, then their inability to give specific examples. You want to look out for all those details. Okay, then you also want to look out for things like aggression, disrespectful communication. Sometimes there are mannerisms, the facial expression and all that. Some people, they can't hide those things from the onset. Those things will just show. Maybe because you ask a question that in a way they think provokes them. You see the frown, the tone, and all that. I think you should look out for all those things. In all of these, please, the Holy Spirit is the ultimate person that gives wisdom. So make sure that you should trust your discernment. If something feels off for you, please don't brush that thing aside. You may want to pay attention to the thing. If something feels off for you, you don't want to just brush it aside. You may want to pray more into it, or you may want to clarify some things. If something doesn't sit too well with you, please make sure that you do what is right to ensure that you get what you want. Then You can also ask them if they are okay with a trial period. Maybe you want to put them on probation. Okay, so can you do this work for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and let's see if both of us are comfortable doing this together. If I'm okay with you working for me and you're okay with me being your employer or something like that. Yeah, you want to be sure, but both of you are okay. Yeah, so you can ask them. And finally, you may want to draft a contract, especially when the people are from agencies or the like. Please do well to maybe get a contract that spells out certain things clearly. Okay, get a contract so that they may sign the contract and they can't go against it. Yeah. So finally, before I leave, finally when you finally employ your house help, please treat them with dignity and respect. Very important. Pay them fairly and on time. Also very important. Then provide clear and kind communication. Please treat them like your own. Treat them like you would treat your child, okay? Or treat someone close to, dear to you. You don't treat them anyhow just because they are working for you and you are paying them. So the whole world must come to an end because you've employed somebody who is working for you. No, that is not the best way to treat a fellow human. Then also remember that some of them are also supporting their families. So that is how come they have to do this job. So please be kind towards your approach to things so that they will feel loved as well. Okay. Then pray for them and their families. Now let me leave you with this scripture. Colossians 3:23. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord and not human masters. So please, dealing with your house help, do it as unto the Lord. Don't maltreat your house help. Thank you so much. And if you have watched this video till now, please and please again, tap on the like button. I'm begging you, tap on the like button. Subscribe if you are yet to, and please share this video. Someone may need this information. They may be overlooking a lot of things and they may need this information. And also, if you've had some past experiences with house helps or employing house helps, please share in the comment section, because a lot of things are going on when it comes to house helps, nannies, etc. And someone may need your own input to make theirs better. Until the next video, bye.